Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Quickly to start with, those who came to our session. So good afternoon, everyone, once again. So what I'm going to do is quickly try to show you a couple of scenarios how ORAI works in compared to, in existing platforms like websites, your current ads, whether it's in Facebook, it's in Google Ads or Instagram ads. So all the properties wherever your customer is trying to connect with you in any digital forms, how ORAI can be integrated, and once it is integrated, how you are getting benefited out of it. To start with, I'll start. This is one of a scenario which we have created for one of our car companies, which is pretty much similar to what you are expecting as well. So what I'll do once my screen is available to you, just let me know. So I'm gonna start the scenario with. Hopefully, my screen is available to you now. So initially, I'll start my discussion with mostly used platform, which is Facebook, uh, and then I'll go to multiple other platforms also and talk about all of them. So once we say, in current scenarios, all the ads which we push to Facebook, end of the day, the results is we are getting the information of those leads, and those leads are being passed or managed by our sales team by an Excel sheet or by CRM. The current problem we all are facing, as we know, the leads which are coming from all the digital platforms like Facebook, Google, or Instagram, the quality of conversion of these leads are very low. We all need to understand why it is low, because end of the day, the users who's gonna come to all these digital platforms are looking for certain informations which is not there, and they want to understand the product which you're trying to populate in front of them. But these platform doesn't give me any further information. You just need to fill a form and that's all. So that's why all the end users is trying to fill a form with whatever data they have. Most of the time they fill with a wrong information. So the sanity of the lead information which we get is doubtable, where our sales team needs to spend a lot of time to understand whether the lead information which is coming from these platforms are correct or not. First of all, they need to verify the information of the lead, like their phone number, email address, and then once it is being verified, then whether this is the buyer or just he is just looking into these ads to figure out this potential as a potential lead, they need to travel through this journey, which is really time taking. So what we did is, with help of ORAI, we are trying to reduce all these spends in the terms of duration and give you a better ROI when it comes to applying those costs into these platforms. So quickly, this ad which is running in the Facebook is powered by ORAI, connected by ORAI, I will say. Now, what happens compared to traditional ad versus ORAI ads? If I am in Facebook, once I click this ad, ORAI initiates within Facebook automatically. Now you can see ORAI picked up this user from Facebook and tried to communicate with this particular user. The user is me, I'm Sujit. I'm looking for this specific product. And it's trying to connect Sujit with sorry, not WhatsApp, with Facebook Messenger itself, because I'm looking this information in Facebook. So it's trying to understand whether Sujit is really looking for this product or he's just collecting the information, or it's a correct profile. Sujit is a true lead or not. So that is what ORAI is doing in the background when I'm actually talking to this ad or trying to get information about this ad through ORAI. So I can write it, or I can say, show me compass detail. So this is the product which I'm looking for right now. And ORAI starts conversation with me, provides me the information about this particular product in case of compass. and gives me multiple options, like you want to know the specification, you want to know what are the color variants. I'm a little bit interested in color variants. So all this information, think of that immediately available with the user then and there without changing the platform. So now the user not need to go to any website, fill the form initially. He or she, the buyer, can get all their answers immediately then and there
So
within
just
the
to add,
Facebook.
Sujit
It's a
here,
Facebook. Yeah.
the point what we are seeing right now, here's a product from automobile, three different things. I mean, in the real estate industry, if we see it, like we have many options from 2 BHK, 3 BHK, 4 BHK, and other options as well.
Correct.
So the same thing probably can be done in context to the real estate. The options will just get changed. The advantage of personalized conversation is what the key everyone would see here, that hey, you may have a different set of a conversation and a flow which you wanted to show it to the people, those who are interested in 2 BHK, versus you wanted to have a different set of a conversation you wanted to have with the 4 BHK people. So this is what entirely conversational marketing and a personalized marketing can be set up.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right, Swapnil. So what is happening is that's when we say these are my different properties, whether I say I'm looking for a lease type of a property or I'm going for a rented property. If the rented property is within certain square foots, so these are a different type of a products for me. Now, whenever we post these products into any of or put an ad of these product into any of these digital firms for a marketing point of view, ORAI understand these products, and the conversation with the buyer is very specific for that product only. So the conversation is pretty much customized or very much centric towards the product. So whenever the customer is talking to ORAI, they feel that if I'm looking for, let's assume I am looking to buy a property, let's assume 3 BHK flat, then ORAI will understand the requirement and he will have a conversation with the customer corresponding to the specific need they are having. So it's pretty much personalized so that the customer is, first of all, get understanding of the product immediately without any human intervention, can understand the different folds of a product information immediately within any platform which they are talking to, whether it's website, whether it's Facebook or it's a landing page, in all the platforms which is having. And third, very important thing, when ORAI is having a conversation with the buyer for their specific needs, in the back end, it collecting all the information from the buyer. Let's assume if I'm very specifically, this is one of a car. If I'm saying, yeah, I am looking for a test drive, immediately it's picks up the available information which is within Facebook. So if the information is available in Facebook, it automatically picks up that and try to give all our businesses those information, the valid information. Like if I say, yeah, I am looking for it tomorrow. (11 a.m.) Now you can see ORAI is having a conversation, a personalized conversation with this. And very interestingly, ORAI didn't ask me my phone number, or neither it asked my name. It just booked the calendar. What it did in the backend, it pull up all my information from a Facebook, that what is the current name available, what is the phone number available. All those information is taken from the Facebook, authorized data from Facebook, and pushed into ORAI repository, where you can see all of them together in one place. That's the idea of ORAI, personalized information. Now, if I go to this platform, the ORAI platform, to see what are the information available, now you can see immediately Sujit information is available. If I click this, and Sujit's information is available from all the platforms where Sujit is trying to connect. All of them available. And what it's trying to do, it's trying to validate the phone number and email address, which is by default picked up either by the user question or which is available in these platforms automatically. And all of these informations are validated. What it further does, it's try to put a weightage, give all our businesses power to understand whether this customer is really interested to buy this product or not, or he's just looking for information. So there is an algorithm written behind for the businesses to understand the interest area of the buyer, whether they really want to buy this product or they are just looking around. So based on that, the weightage is given, and it helps the businesses that these are the 4 hot lead you can immediately call. These are the topics they're talking about, these are the product line they're looking, you can go ahead and talk to them immediately. So that's the power of ORAI when it comes to ORAI platforms.
One more point, just wanted to add up, Sujit, here. Even everyone who have seen this, the valid and invalid. So there's a different AI-based service available with ORAI, where if you get a database of 10,000, 5,000, 20,000, whatever it is, you can upload that database and the AI will work on that database and bring back the results saying that out of the 10,000, which are the numbers, which are the valid and active numbers, and the one which are the invalid and not active numbers. Same with the email IDs. I mean, this saves a lot of time of your telecallers, sales teams, and all to even just figure out whether the number is a valid number or not valid. So many of times you have seen like 9000000, and the criteria for the 10-digit number is done, but in fact that number does not exist globally anywhere. So this API has the feature where your number, which is coming globally from anywhere, it will be validated and you'll have a shortlisted, filtered data for your sales teams. So churning out all the junk numbers or invalid numbers.
Yeah, true. So what, if you remember, for all our businesses currently, the phone number and email address is validation is in the market available as an OTP, which is again, additional cost which you need to pay to validate any number. So with the ORAI platform, it's an API integration, which is done. We have done it with all the backend engines. Without an OTP verification, you get their phone number and email address verified. So you save additional cost, which you need to, give it for a OTP verification or security key verification. Now, we were all talking about, Facebook. Similarly, this can be plugged straight away to our websites. It can be plugged straight away to Google Ads as a landing page and give you the similar results. Now, what happens when the user comes, let's assume, comes from a background of, or a user is coming from a phone. So I'm just shifting my screen so that you all can see what is happening in my phone. So just give me a second. Hopefully you can see my phone screen soon. Yeah, so if the user is accessing a set of information either from Facebook or Instagram, what happens? So just let me minimize everything. Yeah, so let's assume I am accessing Facebook, and immediately within Facebook, you see the similar sort of ad, which is coming for the same car, because I am a targeted customer currently in Facebook. So I'm seeing the same similar ad in my Facebook app. Now, this time when I'm trying to connect, it immediately picks me up into a WhatsApp account. Now you can see, or I start communicating with me within the business WhatsApp account. So this is the business WhatsApp account where, based on a certain set of ad, as I said, earlier, that it starts talking, you understand that you are looking for a specific product. In case of us, it's currently Compass. Now, ORAI is interacting with the buyer within the WhatsApp business account and trying to understand, okay, what type of a user he is. Is he really want to buy this product, or he's looking for information? All the conversation is happening within your verified business account. So if I say, okay, I'm looking for a Jeep Compass specification. So can you tell me the Compass specification? Now it's ORAI is having, a full conversation going on within WhatsApp. Now, if you remember, if you have seen other products or earlier products of WhatsApp business verification, like when you try to book your flights, when you try to book your buses, when you try to book movie tickets, it's a one-way conversation. So what they do, they notify you, give you either your ticket information or your booking details. But when you try to chat within that, that is not available. With ORAI platform, it is multi-way conversation. So we say as a dual conversation. So we inform our customer for certain product lines, as well as they can have a one-on-one conversation within the WhatsApp business account. So I can say, yeah, I am looking for, okay, what are the color variants available for Compass? Now see, it start giving me all the results. And again, similarly, I can ask for more details. I can book a test drive. All these informations is again going to ORAI backend, validating the lead information, segregating into the bucket whether they are hot, warm, cold, or invalid. Once all this verification is being done, the information is passed on to your sales team, either through a CRM, or you can download straight away an Excel file and prioritize it and start talking with them. Very interesting part when it comes to any discussion on a conversation of a customer with ORAI. The email will be sent to immediately when the lead is hot, warm, and cold. If the discussion is going on with the customer and ORAI figures out that this is a hot lead or a warm lead or cold lead, ORAI sends an immediate notification to you and telling you that this is the lead information, this is the particular person or the buyer is looking for. All these information is available with you then and there immediately.
Now, adding up one more point, Sujit, here. I mean, now look at the people. Now look at it, that. Is there a need of a number verification or number validation with someone? I mean, you've just got the access of a profile of a person and who is having an interaction from their WhatsApp number. All that ODPs, all that things has just become the things of the past. So automatically, all your conversations, you have access to the profile of a person from his authorized WhatsApp number. That's an added advantage here. What do you suggest?
Yeah, true. Similarly, if this ad is in Instagram, let's assume I click Instagram. I go to try to see this ad. This is the ad which is going on. And if I start looking into this ad, again, I'm connected in WhatsApp. If you have noticed, I'm back in WhatsApp again. So in both the forms, like if the user is trying to connect with you through a phone in any of the digital platforms, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether they're trying to access you on your website, everywhere ORAI can be connected, and it can filter out those information which you are looking for. If you are in phone, the user or the buyer is immediately connected into WhatsApp, and the conversation or the AI interaction happens there. And what you get in return is basically a filtered data, a highly efficient data. It's telling you these are the prospects like hot, warm, cold, and with the verified information in the backend automatically, and send it to you. And if you ask me what is the time frame, it's immediately. We say that it's instantaneously. So as immediate as possible, as and when the discussion is going on with the customer. So fast this information travels back to you and can be integrated to your CRM as well. So anyone have any questions till now?
Guys, you can unmute and you can definitely ask the questions if you have something. Any case, any scenarios? Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, this is Sunny here. I actually want to understand how exactly does ORAI grade whether the lead is hot, warm, or cold?
Okay, so what is happening is basically it's an AI algorithm which is running in background, which try to figure out in what depth the particular user is talking to ORAI, and in what depth the information he is or she is seeking, whether they are just going through click those random options, or they're actually going in a sequence or trying to figure out what type of a product it is, whether they are serious buyer or they're casual buyer. So based on this understanding and with help of a verification of their number, email address, it figures out whether the particular user who is looking or the buyer who is looking for these type of product are a real buyer or not.
Great. Does it also map whether they have looked at multiple visits or looked at searching the same information on Google and other platforms or other competing, maybe developers or competing brands? Does it also look at that algorithm?
No, what it does is basically it tries to very specific for a one company only, one brand. We very specifically make it segregated. We don't allow brands to be exchanging the information. So let's assume there is a business. ORAI can work within the business. So currently, if you see, Sujit has came from WhatsApp, from Google Assistants, from Facebook, number of times looking about this product in these dates. It's very specifically for one product only. We don't go across the businesses. Other business we are not allowing currently.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So the point is here, it's not that, the typical features we probably might have seen in the HubSpots and many other Oracle related products, where the journey is mapped of the person. So that's a different ball altogether. So we are not there. This is just basically the person who have interacted with you and filled up the inquiry form at various platforms. That's what you can aggregate and see, okay, how interested it is. And this becomes one of the algorithm for the quality of the lead also, that how hot or how warm it is, because how many places he have visited and from how many places it has came to our system.
And in other words, you don't need to change any platform currently. If you are running your website, Google can connect to the same website. If you are running to any of the landing page, ORAI can connect to that. So all your existing infrastructure, ORAI supports. So whether it's lead form, whether it's homepage, whether it's landing pages, whether it's Facebook pages, everywhere ORAI can connect. Once it is connected, you get all the filtered data as well as the matured information coming.
Hi, this is Kajal. One other question that I had when I was looking at the content that is predefined in the system that you serve. Today, when there are questions that are beyond the current templates that you already have fed into the system, how do you handle that? Because so in a category of real estate, it can be a little bit of a put off because I have something specific and I'm not getting that. So how do you handle that?
Yeah, absolutely. So once we start working with you, we train ORAI basically based on the product.
So Sujit, can I request you, in case if you can just open one of the dummy bots or any bots and show that how do we capture the unorganized question also? If it is possible to open on the system now.
Yeah.
So the Kajal thing is, there are two ways of building up the bot experience for the customers. So one, we typically call it as a guided approach. The one which you have seen right now is a guided approach, that the person came, started the interaction, and then with you as a business leader, we both understand that what is the probable next question a person can actually ask, and that options you have made it available for him to tap. So that's some intelligence what we build up. And we have seen that 95% of the people actually go to the guided approach. That's one part of it. Now, to handle the second part of it, which is the unguided approach, and I mean, he can just come and he will say, okay, what is the address? How do I come to you? What is your address? Or what is the cost for 2 BHK? I mean, these are the certain questions which people just throw randomly when they come and wanted to interact, because that's a virtual assistant, that's a virtual sales team. So that entire portion is also handled here. I mean, Sujit is going to take us through that as well, how it can be done.
Yeah, so when it comes to specifically train the bot to the product lines which you have, as Swapnil was talking, there are two ways, either through a guided path, which we called as a path, which is nothing but a set of sequences. We know, once he sees that, he will be looking for other components, or through FAQs. FAQs is nothing but most commonly asked questions. So we train the bot based on these two components. And what it return that this is purely AI. So any combination the buyer is trying to ask this AI or ORAI is basically take them through either through a guided path or through the FAQ question, or it suggests that are you looking for something like this. So all these three categories are currently available with ORAI. So whether it's a guided path, like you have seen in the demo, I'm clicking few of the things, or if you have noticed in the WhatsApp, I was just asking certain questions. So both the options are well versed available. What we need to do is just specifically train it for the set of products.
Hope that answered the question, Kajal.
Yeah, sure. That's nice. I also, since we are at it, where have you seen this being most effective? When we have patched it on to which platform has it worked the best from your experience in this category?
Right. So to be very honestly, it has actually shown wonders in terms of the SMS and email campaigns. The SMS and email campaign, what you regularly keep on doing to the mass mails and mass SMS marketing, I mean, the open rate, the engagement rate, that's typically very, very less. So what we did here is once this bots were created, we have created a bit.ly links, and that bit.ly link is basically start an engagement, start a conversation with us. So we and that can only happen because if you have WhatsApp business APIs. Now, WhatsApp Business API is the third version of the WhatsApp, where Make My Trip and all tickets what you have typically received. So what Sujit have also shown here. So what we did, we sent out the SMS, we sent out the email that, hey, do you have queries? We are ready to sort the queries right now. And that right now is 24/7. So the moment they get that bit.ly link, they open up and the bot is trained. They start the conversation, they start the engagement, and they get their answers there. I mean, it is so good that when you are looking for the options, I mean, see, today you and we know, our sales team cannot call a person right there 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the night. But your advertisements on Google and Facebook runs 24/7. So the moment you have received 10:30 of 11 o'clock night, one lead, okay, businesses says me that, hey, I have actually put it into the CRM. CRM have immediately sent him the email, and CRM has probably sent him the SMS also. But is the engagement happened there? No, it's just one way. I mean, is it possible for that customer to ask a question right there and get the answer? The answer is no, until unless it is not integrated with an AI bots. So the performance of the campaigns just can shoot up 300, 400% when you do this kind of an engagement and making AI interactions or conversational AI. So there's a term which is called conversational marketing today, or the conversational AI. You can actually Google up. So if we start making conversational AI as our focal or as a center point of marketing, the entire performance of blogs, emails, SMS campaigns, paid campaigns, it will change. It will just amplify the performance of all the areas. Any more questions?
Hello, Swapnil.
Please.
Thanks.
Yeah, hi, Sachin here.
Hi, Sachin.
Yeah, there is one question. Can we integrate the WhatsApp Business API with existing CRM?
Yes. So answer is yes to that. You can actually integrate that with the existing CRMs as well. I mean, you have to just take one technical call there that once one business gets one business API number. So it's,
okay.
I mean, the name is one. And when we take it, there are multiple numbers what you can get under one business approval. So one number you can actually integrate with your SMS also, and the one number we can take it from the conversation perspective. The integrations will happen in only one platform. But okay, so say for example, if ORAI is a conversational platform we have took, we implement the entire APIs and the functions on the ORAI platform. This platform would in turn get the integration done with your CRM. Whatever trigger points you want to send the information to the customers, that triggers points will be picked up and sent to the customer on WhatsApp. Typically, if you have SAPs of the world and all, so the complexity with the SAPs of the world is all that SAP typically allows you to take out the data in form of the API or export it, but sometimes it don't allow to bring that information inside to the SAP. So always having a third, middleware servers or the place where we can host all this information makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Any other questions?
How do you keep confidentiality of this data for a specific client? How's that? Because that's another concern as far as this category is concerned.
Absolutely. I think that's a real good question. And this question always comes to us. So we are not Make My Trip, or we are not the aggregator portals. So that's completely different ball game, and this is completely different. So you can consider as one in a thought process as CRMs. Those are cloud-based CRMs. The job is only to give you the access, and with that access, you have your own access to gather the information. At the same time, the real-time integrations, we do it with your CRMs as well. So any leads or any information which is captured here immediately gets passed to your CRMs as well. So. And from a securities standpoint, it's all Microsoft Azure's and Google Clouds of the world, where the securities on the clouds which is required are taken care. So we are not a portal or the aggregator portals. We are a service provider in case of an ORAI.
Yeah, to answer it technically, as it is hosted in a cloud services of Google, the whole data is resides with a login credential which is given to you to a business. Once they access this portal or access ORAI through these credential, only their data is available into that set of I'll say area. So it's tightly secured with Google security and with your own credentials.
Swapnil, hi, Pankaj here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Pankaj.
Yeah,
hi.
Swapnil, so as you know, the entire when we come to the digital platforms, that's where this ORAI gonna kind of help, in a progressive way. But I see we completely depend on the percentage cycle, right? When we come to the lead generation, to the percentage of positive, or you can say valid leads, then to the percentage of site visits that we take out of it, and then the conversion that comes to the picture.
Right.
So when I talk about the overall lead generation, let's say, for example, in a month you take 100 leads that you're getting in. Current scenario, let's we on a hypothetical situation, is 25% of your valid leads. Okay.
Right.
How do you expect that to change with this ORAI? Is it going to have a drastic change in terms of percentage of quality leads, or?
Right. So I think by now, if Sujit, you can meanwhile open up one of the PPTs where this differentiator we have been able to find out, that will be good. So yeah,
late, maybe.
Right. So Pankaj, the point is all our ads till now, if I have to call that conventional way of doing the advertisement, everything is a form filling up. Person have to fill up the form and then leave us the data, and then data get checked or verified at our end, right? By the teams. Now, Facebook lead ads are the worst in that kind of a scenarios. I mean, auto rickshaw and everyone gives up because it just pops up, pre-filled information and in. Now here, what happens the moment you make as a central conversational AI is a central point, or WhatsApp integrated campaigns, everyone, the ad CTAs changes to send messages, your SMS has Bitleys, your emails has Bitleys to come and engage directly on the WhatsApp. The moment you start the engagement on the WhatsApp, a person who is interested will go in the depth. The person who is not interested or just has come there by mistake just moves off from there. So the entire verification of a lead quality happens right there when he's doing it. The moment he has taken certain steps and then entered the details, that details is where the ORAI is helping you to categorize that into hot, warm, cold categories. And at the same time, you're getting the number, which is an active number, which is an inactive number, valid, invalid. So I may not be able to generate volumes. That's what the analogy I give everyone. It's all the decision you have. You want volume or you want quality. So that's how we play. So why all the real estate typically don't want it to go on the Facebook ads as much as they go on the Google ads is because of the quality. You may be charging 5,000, 7,000 rupees a lead from Google, but that's worth equivalent to the lead, which is like 1,000 or 500 or 1,000 rupees of a Facebook lead, because your sales team's times just goes there and filtering them rather than just calling to the sales team and qualifying them. And what best you can give your customer an experience that they can talk to you 24/7. Right. And I mean, you have the experience there that how many leads typically get generates in the working hours and in non-working hours. Even if the ratio of non-working hour is 30-40%, which I know is right now in the education space, I've checked is like 55%. If it is 30% in the real estate itself, it makes a lot of sense that
Swapnil sir, we lost you in between. Maybe some network connections.
Right. Sorry. So that's how the ratio was, like 30% if the leads are getting generated in the night. I mean, you have a digital assistant helping them answer the questions.
Okay. So see, coming back to again, Swapnil, the only challenge what I'm trying to compare is, let's say out of 100, if I'm having 25 valid leads, and you're already saying that with ORAI, I'm going to get you the more qualified kind of traffic,
right?
To generate or convert into a lead first of all. And if that 100 comes down to I'm sure in ORAI also we are going to still bifurcate in terms of the percentage, which is the quality leads and non-quality leads. I'm sure you'll get still a non-quality lead there. So if that 100 is dropping to suppose by 30%, let's say to a 70, and if on that 70 if I still have the same ratio, then I'm gone. So that's what I'm asking. Have you seen a little better development in terms of the percentage of quality leads? That's my actual
right. So this data, if you see.
Sorry to cut you off. So
sorry.
Let's say in the general scenario, 100 you have let's say 30 quality leads, and whatever happens with those quality leads is up to us later on. But if this is 70 to 30 quality leads, then it's still the same. So how does ORAI will help me? That is my actual confusion what I have.
Right. So, Pankaj, many of times what you might have seen so far, the bots which are typically on the websites.
Yeah.
Okay. Not even if I'll take the case, like there are around 8-10 people from various real estate industry today in this particular meeting. Now, a quick question with everyone. Like you might have definitely seen Chatbot on the websites, right? That's an additional thing what you do apart from all your inquiry forms which are available. So the point number one is that you have everything what you're running on your website. This bot can be one additional piece of it, right? That's one. How many of you really have actually used that bot and got interacted on the website, on the WhatsApp with any of the businesses? I mean, probably everyone would say no, because this is what the next disruptive technology is coming up. This is a disruptive technology which is coming up, which is not known to the people. That's one. Second, everyone have done an Instagram and Facebook ads. How many of you have actually done the send message ad CTA?
We are losing you. Hello.
We are losing you now. Yeah.
Sorry. How many? So everyone does the Instagram and Facebook's ads. How many of you actually have used the CTA, which is send message CTA? Typically, every one of us actually try to pull that person either into inquiry form, either on the landing.
Yeah.
This is what the third scenario again is possible because there is a disruptive technology at WhatsApp integration where you use send message as an option CTA, put certain budget there and see the difference. So these are three things which I please go.
To give mathematically to answer you, if you look at currently, let's assume in a business scenario, currently you are getting 50% out of 100. I'm just giving you a number. I know 50% cannot be a quality lead for you. It boils down to, always to 10 to 20%, 25% max. So let's assume 30% is my quality lead. Currently you are getting for all of your existing platform. Okay, so you are using your website, you are using all the ads, current platforms, what I'm saying, without your ORAI. Now, if you infuse ORAI, the question is it gonna decrease or is it gonna increase? The answer is it is gonna increase. Why? There are two answers why it is. First, there is, first of all, no modification happened to your existing platform, or no modification happened in your business strategy. So whatever the qualified leads you are getting traditionally, it will be there because there is no modification at all as a strategy wise. Now, what additional thing happened is basically, let's assume we have used WhatsApp business. Let's assume. And now what you have done, you have infused SMS campaign because you are right now available in WhatsApp. So what you do with your existing all customers, these are my 70% or 7 out of 100. These are the 70 potential customer. We don't know, whether they're going to buy or not. What you do in the morning, you send them an SMS link, say, talk to us for your requirement in WhatsApp. So do you think out of this 70, at least 10 to 20 will automatically start talking it?
Possible,
so this is your additional pipeline. That's what we are saying. This is not without ORAI, you are doing whatever you are doing. You are getting your 30%. Now, with its additional arm, you will get at least 10 to 20% more because you have started a new channel altogether of communication.
You can, bottom line, you can do more activities with your existing data.
Absolutely. You can do multiple threads. Now, earlier you were doing all the threads. Now, you can do other threads also. We know currently the problem of email marketing. Hardly 10% even read the email. That's where, as a marketing standpoint, we need to rely much on Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and Google ads because nobody is responding us an email.
Now, even want to add one more thing, Pankaj, here, again, to everyone from real estate industry. I mean, what happens typically, and this example, you yourself can answer me. If there are 4 options we have, 3 predominant. 1, SMS, 2nd, email, 3rd, our sales guy, and the 4th, WhatsApp, which has the maximum readability perspective. I mean, आप चारों जगह पे सेल्स गाय को निकाल देता हूँ, तीनों जगह पे अगर आपने भेजा है किसी को मैसेज, what are the chances which one will perform best?
I guess, I think WhatsApp.
Definitely WhatsApp, yeah.
Definitely WhatsApp. So now think about every one of us, what we do is, the person who is in the sales cycle of 0 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months of buying, and 6 and above buying cycle, you come up with many offers. Okay, interior we'll give you probably a 50% of the car park, we'll give you something additional there. So these are the offers which you basically make, and what you do is you typically put up a SMS and email to all that people on this is an offer, and always waiting that this people will respond or want to know more if they have opened and will connect with my sales team. Now, if I look in here, if the same message offer goes on the WhatsApp saying, please let us know if you have any queries. The campaign and the bot has been trained beforehand only, that what all questions people can ask, what all answers we can reply them, and you have trained that completely. The moment the offer went, they started interacting with you, they started getting a guided approach also, and they have open questions also. And the offer details reaches them well on time. Conversation happens, engagement happens.
Right.
There's just a possibilities what I'm trying to throw.
Got it. I think so. We will also learn on the go, like, you know, in a quarter's time to see what is the changes in our existing, you know, the lead qualities and stuff.
Right.
Right.
Okay, got it.
And these are the next generation technology. Let me tell you this. I mean, what we have spoken today, you talk to any digital agencies you will be working with, you talk to any of your fellow colleagues, those who are in real estate, you won't be able to get the discussions what we have done, that the possibilities which can happen with the integrated conversational AI and the messenger app WhatsApp.
I get that. Sujit, one thing I want to ask you, are you almost the pioneer in this, or is there anyone else also offering this, what like you just mentioned?
Okay, so in India currently we are the only providers where okay, factor it out. Why? There are two factors to it. First, you need to have a provider who can give you a business WhatsApp number. Number one. Second, you need to find one more provider who can do a integration. So basically, you need to figure out two parties. One's from where you need to buy, another a party who can integrate, and the third party who can have a AI engine. So when three things come together, then only this is possible. So ORAI is a one-stop platform where we get a number because we are having partner of Facebook. So we get a number, business number with you. Being a AI company, we know how to integrate this and give you a conversation together, all together, to all your marketing platforms wherever you need. So the answer is other way around. In India, currently, we are the only company who's doing this altogether in one.
Let me add up a point here. I mean, every one of you might have already heard about Gupshup and Netco's, right? So they give you all the email service. The moment to them for the WhatsApp approval, they can help you out with the WhatsApp number. One, you'll get a national number. In our case, we are just giving you the international number so that any inquiries across the globe, you have one global number to communicate. That's it. So once you go there, the challenge what we have also seen when we initially interacted, that a number will get, but the integration or building up a bot conversation platform is not there with them. That's one thing. Now, once you even get that as a platform with someone third party, then you have to pay additional for the integrations, API integrations and all that. Now that third party should be able to integrate with WhatsApp for the conversation, so that the one engine, core engine where you have built all the conversations, all the FAQs, that reply should go to the WhatsApp and keeping the policies of the WhatsApp in tight. And then once we were able to see all these three things, if someone can help us with the last was basically the real-time chat also, the live chats which I wanted to have on the business times. So that was missing with many then. So then we went into the arena where we integrated a live chat also here. Now we are not ending up here. And this is because of the corona and all, we were actually up almost on the final stages for the bigger investments on the organization to build a next product line as well. That got stuck or postponed for at least a couple of months, where every one of you are aware of IVR. And we think, okay, I call the IVR, I will press 1 for this, 2 for this, 3 for this, and you get the answer, static answer there. Now think about whatever we have discussed and seen on the chat right now. Everything will be available on IVRs also. So that number you give in the IVR, the person calls, he welcomes, and we can straight away ask them to do the conversation. Okay, please throw up your query. And in the backend, you have trained your ORAI with all this information. The person who is asking IVR question, he gets the related answer rather than an option 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a next generation thing we are building up and coming up maybe a month's time if everything works out.
Nice. That will be nice.
Yeah. And just to add up that I'm not ending up here, we have also got skills built for Google and Alexa. So tomorrow, if you say that, hey, I want to invoke that, I'm ABC Reality, and I want to invoke, hey, Alexa, can you connect me to ABC Reality? And then the Alexa have connected you to ABC Reality, and then all the conversation is happening on the Alexa or Google Assistant. I mean, that prototype is anyways built by us. We are working with that.
Very nice. Nice,
So,
nice. One other question, Swapnil, since we are discussing this.
sure.
How often can you and what are the timelines and how often can we change the content? Now today, for instance, we are dealing with one particular project, and then either it's moved into the next stage or a new project has been initiated. So
Very true.
what are your timelines to get all of this activated?
So we have got all the process documents in place. These process documents are the documents which collect typically the information. So as much as time you take to educate your digital teams or advertisement teams or agencies, the same kind of a timelines in the required format is what we wanted. Once that is filled up, it typically takes 3 days to 5 days time for us to configure and give you the bot ready. I mean, we have both the options ready, and to be honest, looking into the Indian market, we just don't want to give customers a platform ki aap le lijiye and then you do whatever you want. We have that services with us that you just do or focus on the business, the entire technology, building, configuration, customization, we will do it for you. And we will ensure that everything what you need to keep on training to your bot. So typically what we do is, like, say for example, in a week's time, you have received 10 questions, 20 questions. Out of them, if there are few left unanswered, that unanswered questions, then basically my team looks up, send it to you. Okay, give us the right answers. We do the training in the backend with you, backend with your bot. Whenever there is a new project comes in, so there is just initial one-time development fee or the service fee from our end to develop that. The time which team will take to configure and put it into the system, that's what only will get chargeable, and then the rest continues into the subscription. So it's not that the subscription increase.
Okay, fair. And roughly, what are the entry costs for this?
We have 10,000 a month, 25,000 a month, and a lakh rupees a month. So typically bigger projects, which are the projects which are more than 10, 12 projects people have. So that's the highest plan which people can go for. And typically if you have 3 to 5 kind of a projects, that's a middle 25,000 kind of a thing can come up. And then we have for these smaller projects, one project kind of a thing, 2 projects kind of a thing, the initial thing can come up. These all are from the subscription side. The only thing additionally comes up where you decide to take WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is a different ball game. WhatsApp API is a different ball game. So we can give you that. In that, 3 things comes typically: one-time setup fee in the range of 75,000. Then you have a subscription fee annually. So that subscription fee annually typically goes in the range of 65,000. And then the per message fees are there from WhatsApp. So these are the fees when we go for the business, but yeah, worth spending. I mean, the way reality estate work, according to that, this is worth spending a small amount on an annual basis.
Sure. And any clients right now? Have you just started to?
I mean, I have approximately 12 customers so far. But let me be honest, I have almost 8 to 9 customers in education, 2 in automobile, and 2 in healthcare. Real estate is yet to join my kitty right now, because for last 4, 5 months, 6 months, real estate was going in a bad shape. So people don't want to take that kind of a new initiative.
How old are you? I mean, when did you start your operations?
Okay, so let me put it this way. As an organization, we were initially a digital organization, which is primary focus here, 7, 8 years old. Then we have just brought up this new organization, ORAI Robotics, 6 months back, and the entire operation, entire teams, entire product teams are different for this. So as an organization, ORAI Robotics, 6 months. As in people, we are almost 17 years experience in this industry.
Okay. Sure, great. I think it was a nice session.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kati. Thanks for Any other person have any other questions?
Just wanted to check. See, you said that we need a provider for WhatsApp business numbers, right? But I can install business account on my number itself, right? Or and then integrate it with your bot.
No, any number in case if you have used in the past for the WhatsApp, that number does not allow. That number is not allowed. You have to have the WhatsApp API number. That's a third category. Sujit, in case if you want to put up that slide in front of you, if it is available. The three categories of the WhatsApp. WhatsApp so personal, which you and me use on the mobile as an app. Then what business app. Again, you install that business app on your mobile phone where you can just set up your profile and static 1 or 2 replies.
Okay.
The third which you have seen is a Make My Trip kind of app where even if you saved it or did not saved it, but you have got the message from Make My Trip or Book My Show or any other one. That's the third category API, which is a
for that we need a different set of number.
Altogether different number, never used in WhatsApp before.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you.
So look forward, people. Let's see in case if we get an opportunity to work with you. I mean, that's definitely a next generation business what we are talking about, the next generation marketing.
No, definitely. I think as a group, we would love to engage a little more. So let us know. I think you've got our email ID and the numbers. Definitely have a conversation because it might be of interest to us.
Sure, girl.
Sure.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.